What up, boys, and welcome back to yet another video. So in today's Dragonflight video, we're going to take a look at knowledge points, and more specifically, how many and where to get your weekly knowledge points. Because there's a lot of people who just happen to kill something or do something, and they're like, oh shit, +1 in knowledge power, but they have no clue what they're doing. It just happens, right? So that's what we're going to discuss in today's video. First of all, though, if you haven't already, make sure you subscribe to the YouTube channel, because that way you'll be notified whenever I upload a video like this, so you can just jump on it before everyone else does, so you don't fall behind the herd. We're also so close to 100,000 YouTube subs, so I've been doing this for over 8 years now, and I really do appreciate you guys' support. Speaking about support, of course, special thank you to everyone that has picked up the 0 to 10 million gold guide. It's what allows me to keep on doing what I love to do. So thank you guys so much, and I'm so glad that you guys are liking the Dragonflight updates. So make sure to use discount code Dragonflight for 50% off, and just know that that comes with like every single future update done to the gold guide in the next patch expansion. Doesn't matter, you will receive all the updates sent directly to your email. Now, knowledge points, man. Getting into the specializations. There's a lot of confused people about this, because the knowledge power is extremely good, and it's going to give you a huge advantage if you have a lot of them, right? So because in order to do like specific farms really efficiently, you need to have like a lot of knowledge powers points, otherwise you won't be able to do them. So for instance, if you want to farm humanoid mobs, you need to have a cloth collection, which requires a total of 60 points in order to max it out, right? So it's very hard for people to do that on top of combining it with something for crafting or spinning or weaving, because it just requires a lot of points. So I also always get a lot of questions on how I'm able to have the amount of knowledge points that I do have. And it's an okay amount, but there's people out there with way more, because the only thing that I've been doing is professions and knowledge points, right? And then you have like various gold farms where you have to choose what you want to go and do. So we're kind of forced to play different characters, all having different specializations. One example is if you want to farm like humanoid null mobs, you obviously want tailoring with the cloth collection, but in enchanting, you also want inside of the blue, so you can get epic mystic items. And then you want to be able to get multi-procs when you disenchant those mystic items, so you want draconic disenchantment. However, if you want to farm rousings / awaken, you want to get primal extraction, right? But then you can't go into something like draconic disenchantment. You have to choose. So what most of us do is we make one out that goes into primal extraction and one that goes into draconic disenchantment, and you have to choose, right, and spend multiple tunes. So I'm going to be super static when I'm able to max everything that I want out on my farming tunes. But right now, though, like, how do you get your knowledge points? Now, I've already made 2 separate videos on how to get started, how to get like your first like 60 plus knowledge points in like 25 minutes. It's really simple. I'm going to link those videos down below in the description. But in short, it's just move to Valdrakken, pick up your professions, level your profession up, and then you filter your crafts by first craft bonus. And you want to craft every single item that you can, that you haven't crafted before, because the first time you do a craft, you will get a knowledge point. Now, after you've done that, you obviously want to do your profession quests in Valdrakken at the Artisan Market, because doing that together with your first time quest, not a repeatable quest, in Unaran Plains over at Fork River Crossing, you will get enough reputation with Artesium to buy your knowledge point books, which is really big. They're like +10 for crafting professions and +15 for gathering professions. And then you want to go and see your secret profession NPC to claim 3 points, and then you want to pick up the hidden secret treasures for more like knowledge points, and then you should be at like way above 60, and you can do most gold farms that you set up on that specific tune. But after that, how do you get points? Well, the big boys were doing like dirt piles with the Dragon Scale Expedition. They have been nerfed now, though, so you can't just repeatedly grind those out to get an unlimited amount of knowledge points. So for the rest of us, plebs, there's a really, really good Reddit thread right here made by Rolia, who explains it very simply. So, as he says, essentially each week you can obtain one of each lootable for each professions. And there's 4 lootable items. You know, when you kill a mob, you get an item that will give you +1 enchanting, for instance. Meaning that you can get 4 knowledge points a week in addition to your weekly quest that you get from Vildraken, which we just talked about. 2 of them come from treasure hunting, and 2 come from specific mob type kills. The drop rates of these items are fairly low, around 10 to 15. It's not that bad, 10 to 15. As a gold farmer, those are pretty good odds. And so collecting them all will take a bit, but you will eventually loot them all if you know where to look. And this is the full list. This is a really good list, so creds to him. So for enchanting, you can get Primal Dust and Prismatic Focus Shard from Dirt Piles or Expedition Scout Bags. And then, once you have received 1 Primal Dust and 1 Prismatic Focus Shard that week, you gotta wait until the next week. And then, you can get Primalist Charm and the Primordial Ether from killing Primalist mobs and Arcane Elemental Primordials. And then he linked with some examples of mobs that can drop these 2 items. So that's 4 knowledge points a week from enchanting, and then you also have the weekly quest as well that gives you +3 knowledge points. So not bad. What is like a total of 7 a week? And the list includes like every single profession down here. So it's a really good list. I'm going to link this list, of course, down below in the description so you guys can take a look at it. Now, outside of doing this stuff weekly, and once you will know by heart which mobs to pick, it's going to be easy. And if you guys don't know what Dirt Piles and Expedition Scout Packs are, they are so easy to find, especially the Expedition Scout Packs. They just pay close attention to your minimap when you're flying around, and you'll be able to spot them like all the time. And just pick those until you have received 2 of the knowledge points for your profession, and you're pretty much good, right? Outside of that, if you want to get even more points with your profession, the best way to do so, and we're talking crafting professions now, not gathering, because then you're pretty much just forced to do the weekly quest where you hand in like a set of materials, and after that you just gotta keep on doing gathering, right? But for your crafting professions, you pretty much need to farm reputation, right? You farm reputation just so you can unlock new patterns and new plans. And once you've done that, then you can craft those items for the first craft bonus, right? And once you've gathered all of those, it's just a weekly wait until you have all of your knowledge points. And that is pretty much it. There's not much more that we currently have, like many more options, because the dragon shards that you hand in this cave right here at Cadden, like there's only a handful of dragon shards you can get as well. So, but with the 7 weekly and farming out reputation, you should be able to get a decent amount of knowledge points in a relatively short amount of time. And this is just like a problem early on. But like, as we move further into Dragonflight, further patches and so on, like, let's face it, we're all going to be maxed out with pretty much everything. So I don't consider it to be an issue at all, and I think the new profession system is absolutely great. But I do wish, as I said at the beginning of the video, that Blizzard was a bit more clear from their side how to get knowledge points instead of just go figure it out. Because what happens is, like we're seeing right now, there's a couple of people who figured it out relatively fast, and they wanted that advantage to make more gold than anyone else. So they did it right off the bat. They knew how to get the knowledge points. They went ahead and they got way ahead of the herd, especially people that did dirt piles early on, right? Because they didn't revert that. So people that spammed out dirt piles, they are way ahead of anyone else. But that was pretty much it for today's video. So hopefully that cleared it a little bit up. And as I said, part 1 and part 2 of how to get knowledge points is in the description, as well as the Reddit thread, so you guys can take a look for your profession, which mobs to kill, But it's pretty much same with the expedition packs and the dirt piles, though. Dirt piles picked up like treasures in the Waking Shores, and the expedition packs can be like all over the map. You just fly around and you pay close attention to your mini map, and you will get like, you will see a small treasure, a chest on your map. Go down, pick it up, and pray that you will get the knowledge points. But yeah, that's it. As I said at the beginning of the video, make sure to subscribe if you haven't already, and you can always check out the 0 to 10 million gold guide, and I will see you all back in at the next video. But until then, bye-bye.